Hi guys, welcome back to the FBA Multi-Tool. In this video I'm just going to go over the basics of everything on the app at the minute. We do update the app like every week or two, so this does change a lot. But for now I'm going to jump onto a listing. So you've just installed the app and you want to know what is actually available. The first thing you're going to want to do is log into your Seller Central. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and do that. Right, so I've signed into Seller Central and I'm going to refresh the page. And you end up getting these two very crucial bits of information: eligible to sell and hazmat. These are probably the most important pieces of information on the app. And eligible to sell will tell you if you're restricted in any brands or categories or anything like that, so you don't make any mistakes buying stock that you can't sell. And hazmat, you probably know what hazmat is. It's dangerous goods that you can't send into Amazon. So these are really crucial bits of information. Now if we move down, we've got all this information here, but under that we got VA check-in. So if you are at the stage in your business where you do have virtual assistants, they can click this, enter their email and name. If they enter the same details each time, it will log their actions and what they're doing each time they check in. So it'll be recording their time they're working and monitoring them, what they're doing with screenshots. So they'll be taking screenshots. You can check it out and make sure they are actually doing what you asked them to do. Moving down, we've got the sales data tab. So this is just the top 10 sellers, and it'll tell you what stock they have left, the price, and whether it's FBA or not here. We also have the total sellers, 3 FBA and 25 fulfilled by merchant, and average buy box price and average rank. This won't appear on all listings. For this one it's not. So it's whether we have the data to do it or not, and on this one we don't. This is the percentage, the top percentage of the category. So out of top 10% would be like the worst, really the highest ranks that you don't really want to touch. Top 1% is the best. Moving down, you got the FBA Calculator, pretty simple stuff. Voucher discount, so if you have any voucher codes and you want to work out, if you want an extra 10% off or something, so it'll take 10% off the sell price and then work it all out for you. So that's the buy price, not the sell price. Under that we have the EFN estimate, which is when you're selling in Europe, they charge you a lot more money to sell in Europe, so that'll work out the fees there. And down the bottom here we have the price chart for all the EU marketplaces, so you can see what it's selling at in different countries, the rank and the price. Moving over on the left, we have the private label detector. So if you hover over it, it'll tell you what's happening. So that's got 3 green circles, so that's basically saying it's a safe item. Don't know why it's getting cut off there, actually. I'll have to look at that. So there's orange, red and green. So orange, you got to do your own research and make sure it's okay. Red, don't touch it, it's going to be private label. And green is it's safe, so we know here it's safe, we can sell this item. Estimated sales, this is just a monthly estimate of sales. Just handy, just something to glimpse at, and you can see whether it's a good seller or not. Under that we have the variation viewer. This is a very handy little feature. Let me just click on that. So obviously with variations you've got so many and you don't know which one's selling well. So to work out which ones are selling well, we'd sort it by total reviews, and from here you can see the UK size 10 is the best seller at £35. It has nearly 30% of the reviews in total, and you can see in the last 30 days it's had 3 reviews, in the last 60 days it's had 7, and the last 90 days it's had 7. So it's not too bad actually, but it does give you a good insight on how well that item is selling, because if you went down to all these white ones here, all the reds, it doesn't look like they're the ones selling. And when the rank is based off of the whole listing, not just the single item, you've got to make that right choice when you're buying that item which has variations. So don't end up buying these down here which don't look to be selling. What you want is these up here which have the high percentage of the reviews. So that is really a crucial bit of information when you're doing variations and selling variations. And moving on, we got the ROI buy price. So this is just a quick glimpse. So say it's £35 selling price. If I want to make 30%, I need to pay $19.95 without having to calculate anything. I can just take a glimpse at this here and go, I need to pay that for it. It's just speeding up your research. We have the score here. So for people that are starting out and they don't really know what choices to make, this will give the item a score out of 100%. So if you have paid £15 for it, it'll tell you here, look, the ROI is excellent, the competition's average, it's got excellent sales. It will say Amazon's on the listing, so you got to be wary of that. That's not always a bad thing. You can share the buy box with Amazon, or you can compete with them and sell it lower. The rank's good, the profit, and the stock. So if someone has low stock, this would be green and saying excellent. So that person that's holding the buy box right now has probably got low stock, so that's why it has that. And it's giving you an overall score. If you go into the settings under deal analyzer, my ideal ROI is set at 30 and ideal profit is 2.5. You set this to what you want and the score will auto generate to this information populated here. It will be default set to that, so that's just standard. And I think finally on here we have the ungate button, which will be grayed out now because I am actually eligible to sell. So if you can't sell something and it says no here and it's red, you can always try this ungate button, and what it does is it submits an application to Amazon, and with some items that are restricted, they can get back to you straight away within seconds and tell you whether you can actually be ungated in that category or item or brand, you know. So that is really handy if you want to. I always click this. If I ever see no up here, I'll always click this and see if I can get ungated straight away. I think I've covered everything here. I will jump into things in more detail, but this is just giving you a basic view of everything. Anyway guys, thanks for watching.